Go ahead. Start it.
Hey guys, it's Brooke and Matt from Garnering Adventures.
Greetings. This is our first one, so please bear with us as we start this journey together. We've never done this before, so we're going to try it out, see how it goes.
And please ignore the crazy corgis in the background. That's just par for the course with us.
This is the life of two corgis. One's 4.5 years old, very loud, and S'more, the tricolor in the back there, she's only, what?
4 months.
4 months?
So, yeah.
Almost 17 weeks. So,
I guess let's get this adventure rolling.
yep. Tonight, because it is evening, we are going to go over a new cooler. We finally upgraded our cooler after 1 year, and 2 years actually, of using our previous cooler. Our previous cooler was a Bouge RV 37 quart. It was a dual zone. It was nice for what we needed it for, but it was a little small for what we needed for these long trips that we're planning on for this year. So today we're gonna go over the Truma C60. It is a 64 quart cooler. We just arrived this today, and today we're just gonna go over it, and also we're gonna go over how we run this, our best use case for when we travel, how we run it, all that kind of thing. This is a deep cooler. It is a single zone, which is much better for us because we never really used the freezer functionality on our old one. It's a nice 2-tray system, so we can easily get to the bottom if we need it.
Both trays are removable for cleaning.
Yes, both trays are removable. There is a drain. There's a drain, so in case there is water condensation from when we're not using it, we can drain it. This cooler mostly sits in our truck when we're running on these drives, and it lives in the truck full time. We never take it out unless we are done for the camping trip. It is a nice, satisfying close. I like the fact that it has a nice rubber seal around the whole edges of the cooler. Has a built-in light, so when we do access this at night, we can see what we're doing. Nice heavy duty handles on both sides that snap back. I like the fact that it has 12 volt on either side. This can run on house power. I like the fact that the controls move, dude. We got a crazy animal.
This is Nugget.
This is Nugget. He goes by Nuggy. Yeah, you know your name.
Our little supervisor.
Our supervisor. Hey. You want to say hello? And not interested. I like the fact that it has a nice, on the lower part of the cooler, a screen where you can turn on and off the cooler, adjust the temperature, put it in turbo mode if you need to, which we never will use. There's the house power, so in case we do need this when we're at home, we can use this. There's the other 12 volt power and USB power. When it's powered, you can charge your USB devices off of it. We will probably end up using the house power when we're getting ready for the trip, so we could pre-cool the cooler in the truck or in the house. That way it's ready to be loaded with food, water, drinks, whatever we want to bring for our long drive, our long camping trips whenever we plan to. There's more.
They're in full crackhead mode right now because we are in the basement and they love running around the basement.
Basement is the nice...
Yeah.
Basement is a nice wide open space for them. He loves coming down here and will perk up when we say basement. Yeah. It's more, she doesn't fully understand the word basement yet, but she just only knows that this is a nice open space for them.
And then there's that. Does that help you out?
In the box, we got a 12 volt cigarette adapter and house power. We'll use this more with our, if you pull it over there, with our EcoFlow Delta 1024 watt hour portable battery station. This will power the fridge. Oops, there we go. This will power the fridge. It sits at 39% right now because we're putting it in battery storage mode. It's always best to keep batteries that are lithium ion between 20% to 80%. You don't ever want to store them full. That actually degrades the battery life altogether. We never use this for charging anything over AC because it does decrease the battery life that we have on it. On top of it is an EcoFlow, I already forget what this is. EcoFlow alternator charger. The wiring is into the truck, but we left this permanently attached so that it resides with Zapper, as you can see. We name our products. Don't laugh, but we name our products so you can know which one is what. But this is an EcoFlow alternator charger. Name is Thor. Charges our battery when we are on the road. We can also charge Sparky over there. He's our little guy. This is what we use when we're in our tent that's on our trailer. He's also in battery storage mode. Right where I want it to be, 54% for long-term storage. But it's good to have two. And then we also have our big boy, eco-worthy 280 amp hour lithium iron phosphate LiPo 4. This will go in our trailer. This powers everything that we have in our trailer, which you will see in another video when we get ready to start camping for the season. What I do like about the EcoFlows and what most people may not like is the fact that you can monitor and manage the battery life, how fast they charge, how they're charging between our EcoFlows, and being also to control from afar if you're nearby by Bluetooth to turn on or off which outputs you want, whether it's AC or 12 volt or your USB-Cs and A's. But for Zapper, we're only going to be using the 12 volt DC. And the ding on our cooler means that it is finally on, and now we can go into the Truma app and pair so that we can be able to C60, save and connect.
So that lets you control and monitor it, correct?
Yes, it allows us to see it from in the truck when we're driving, make sure that the food's at the right temperature, be able to turn it on and off when we're not even near the thing. Cooler's turned off. Well, I thought the ding was on. Guess not. I don't want this thing running, and the ding is going to be annoying. Can I turn that off? Cooler settings. Hey, cooler's working. Guess you cannot turn off the dings. Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts.
Where's the instructions? S'more's not a fan.
I'm not a fan either, S'more. I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't know how to turn off the dings. I'm gonna have to look at the manual on that one. This is just the app settings.
Can you change it from Celsius to
Can I?
Fahrenheit? Tutorial.
Huh. I guess I'm gonna have to spend more time on this app, but I'm not gonna do it in this video. Editing Matt here. I did manage to change the temperature setting from Celsius to Fahrenheit. It's rather easy. You can do it in the app. I scrolled right past it. The little spot where it is right here. You can also change it right on the cooler by pressing the alligator, I call them alligators, eating each other button, or the mode button. You can use that button to change the temperature between Fahrenheit and Celsius. You can disable the Bluetooth or enable it if you don't want it on or off. You can also adjust the battery voltage monitoring. I got the manual over here. Battery protect voltage setting. You can adjust how low the battery monitoring from the cooler can pull voltage to run from the battery, whether it's at 11.1 volts all the way up to 12.6 at high. So the cooler won't kick on until 12.6 if you have it on high, 12.2 volts if you have it on medium, and the cooler will kick on at 11.1. Right now I have it set to low. I don't have an issue with running it like that because the battery is always going to be charged. It's always going to be on. We ran our previous cooler on overnight, and it's only dropped like 15-20% overnight, which isn't bad. But that was also during the cooler days where it was not 70 plus degrees overnight. Around then it was probably closer to 35-40%. But we always got on the road so the battery could be charged. We do have other backup solutions, so if that battery does die, we have options. So I also forgot to mention at the end of the video, there will be links in the description below to where you can go to order the EcoFlow batteries, the EcoWorthy battery that we put in our trailer, and the Truma cooler itself. Yeah, enjoy. But at least the cooler is working. That's what I was really worried about, because this cooler was a trouble to get, to say the least. Ordered it off Amazon late January 29th, I think. Took about a week because it was coming from Texas, and all of the states in between here and Texas were under severe weather, which I get. But once it got to Flint, which is the Flint facility, it was only 5 minutes from our house. And last year, over a year ago now, it was close to the public, and UPS was not delivering our cooler. So it sat there and sat there. Then I got on Amazon, because UPS was of no help, to see if I can get a replacement cooler, because we needed a cooler for our camping trips.
Because we sold our Bouge RV one.
Because we sold our Bouge RV one. Amazon shipped it out the next day or two. Finally shipped last Wednesday. Sorry, I'm picking from this in my head. Traveling throughout the weekend, then it sat and sat. And I was beginning to think this was going to happen. Sat in Ohio for 2 days. Then it was finally delivered to Flint facility and out for delivery today. Almost 3 weeks later, we finally have a cooler.
Yay!
So now we are almost ready for a camping season, in which our first trip will be in a month and a half. we are going to Mammoth Cave, Kentucky, our first national park of the year. We're going to spend a few nights there, and then we're going to go over to the Great Smoky Mountains again. We're going to stay within the boundaries of the Great Smoky Mountains, because there is no campgrounds up in 5,000 feet in the air. So we're looking forward to that. It is much well needed vacation since our last trip in September. It has been a crazy 4 months between the house, the dogs. We both work full-time jobs, so it's kind of hard to do this. It's going to be difficult with this and running and doing full-time jobs. I'm a full-time IT director at a local school district, and Brooke is.
I'm a full-time respiratory therapist, night shifter.
So we're both not on the same schedule, but thankfully she only works 3 days a week, sometimes 4, depending on how the week is. So we're lucky to have time together when I'm home. So it's a much needed break that we need. And this will be S'more's first camping trip. Nuggets 10th. No. Grumpy Gills.
He's a grumpy little thing.
She is a grumpy little thing. This will be Nug's 13th camping trip. We've been camping for 2 years. 3 years on a truck. 10 on a truck. And then last year we picked up Hank. Picture above of Hank and Oasis, which is the truck I no longer have. Traded it in for a new tow vehicle. But we'll get into that in another video. Our previous camping trips, we'll go over them and then take it from there.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next one.